on a cloudy and hot Thursday in Northeast Ohio. Welcome on into the bullpen. I'm Adam the Bull. He's Dustin Fox, and we're going to get right into it. I was going to talk a little bit about the concert I went to last night, but Chicago and Sticks were good. More details coming up at some point. But, Dustin, let's jump right into it.
Yeah.
While I was watching that concert, I had to rewatch the Guardians game this morning. And just an absolute.
What's wrong with this team, Bull? The Mets stink.
Listen, they do. The Mets do stink, and
They stink.
It is an absolutely brutal loss. One of the worst of the years. They've lost this series because they've lost the first two games of the series, and they lose 6-5 in 10 innings. And you say, well, how could it be that bad a loss? They were down early. But first of all, it's the Mets. The Mets are terrible. They're an absolutely shit show of a team. Coming into this series, the Mets were 19 games under 500. They had traded away their entire bullpen, except for their closer, Devin Williams. They had traded away their entire bullpen and a few hitters as well before the deadline and some starting pitchers. And the Guardians made trades that I liked, but it's been two bad losses, especially last night. They're down 3-0 early. Despite, Bybee did have 10 strikeouts, but he, the 3 home runs was just a killer. And when the last one coming in the 6th after the Guardians had tied the game, in the 4th inning, they cut it to 3-1. But what has become a major trend for the Guardians this year, and it reared its ugly head again yesterday, their inability to really do, to bring home runners in scoring position. Last night, we'll start in the 4th. Joe Adell walks to open the 4th. Then Nate Lowe doubles. So they have second and third, nobody out. Travis Bazzana gets a single. Adell scores. Lowe goes to third. So it's 3-1 now. First and third, nobody out. And then they go 1-2-3. A ground out and 2 strikeouts. 5th inning, they do tie the game. They had bases loaded, nobody out. Adell strikes out. Then Nate Lowe comes through again with a double. Angel Hanal, who gets 4 hits in his major league debut, the first Guardians player to ever do that. He had a great game. We'll talk more about him later. Hanal scores, Quan scores, but they still had first and third, 1 out there, strikeout, line out, inning over. So 2 innings in a row they scored, but had a chance to score more, couldn't do it. Then Benj hits the home run off Bybee, the 3rd home run he gives up in the game. He was great besides the homers, but that's not good enough. So they pull Bybee out there. But the Mets take a 4-3 lead. Then in the 6th inning, with 1 out, they load the bases again. Bailey singles, Hanal singles, Quan walks. DeLauder strikes out there on what was just a terrible call on a check swing by the ump, and Vogt gets thrown out of this game. Adell grounds out, inning over. So it's 4-3. You go to the bottom of the 7th. In this case, the Guardians actually came through. They had an error and a single, put runners at first and second with 2 outs. Bailey comes through with a base hit to score Rocchio. Hanal gets his 4th hit to give him the lead. So you got this kid's 4 for 4. His major league debut, I think he was the 3rd youngest player ever for the Guardians. He gives them a 5-4 lead. There's 2 outs in the 7th inning. They don't score. Okay, you already got 2 runs with 2 outs. That's fine. Top of the 8th, the Mets don't score. Bottom of the 8th, the Guardians. So you go to the 9th. You bring in Cade Smith. It's been a sloppy game. You've blown some opportunities, but you got a 5-4 lead in the 9th. So he walks Young to start the inning, and it was not a competitive at bat. The pitches were not even close. Everything was high outside of that first pitch. But then he strikes out Luis Robert, who's pinch hitting. But then Polanco hadn't had a hit coming into the game. Homers early. He doubles. Second and third. And only 1 out. No, I'm sorry. My bad. Alvarez. No. Yeah, it was second and third. So it was 2 outs when Polanco comes up. Not 1 out. 2 outs. Polanco doubles. He walks Simeon. And then Young hits a ground ball. Should have been the end of the inning. Rocchio bobbles it. Now, I don't know for sure they were getting him out of first anyway. They did score at an error. But a really missed opportunity. And Cade Smith, I know he didn't crush that inning besides the Polanco double, but that's a bad job by him. Guardians get the leadoff man on, All right, this is where things just go from bad to worse. So it's 5-5. Rocchio gets on to start the inning. Angel Martinez sacrificed. I can't have him. I can't have a sacrifice. I know you. I know it's a tie game. You want to get the go ahead winner to Barrett to second base. You can't. I can't be bunting. Angel Martinez. I mean, I can't bunt for the number 8 hitter, Patrick Bailey. I know he had a decent game. He's not a good hitter. I can't sacrifice bunt for the 8 hitter. But they do. Bailey strikes out. Hanau, I thought might have had the walk-off hit, but he doesn't. He flies out. So the Mets score in the 10th with the runner on second. Pichette knocks in the winning run. Then in the bottom of the 10th, it's bad enough they bunted in the 9th in a tie game. Bottom of the 10th, Kwan leading off the inning. And again, of course, there's a runner on second because it's extra innings. And Kwan is bunting. Now, Vogt after the game said that was the team's decision. I don't know if that's true or not. But that is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. The idea that they were content to just tie the game up there is absurd. You don't bunt in that situation.
Why would they do that, Bull?
I have no idea. My only guess is that Kwan did it on his own, and then the team was covering for him.
They had to. There's no way.
Yeah, if the team decided that was the right move, that we're going to bunt to get him the third and try to just tie the game and win it next inning, I mean, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
It's not a winning mentality. You're playing a bad team.
No, yes, and you got good hitters coming up. Now the good hitters didn't come through, but I mean, Kwan at the very least should be able to hit a ground. If you hit a ground ball to the right side, then you get the runner to third anyway. But at least try to have a competitive at bat. And then DeLauder walks. So now it's first and second, 1 out, and Adele and Lowe, had an opportunity and didn't come through. They popped out, grounded out. That's that. But so who knows what would have happened anyway. But I hated both bunts. The 8th inning bunt, I at least understand. I understand it more. I'm sorry, the 9th inning bunt. I didn't love it, but I wouldn't have done it. But I can understand the argument for it. In the 10th, it's idiotic, and this is just a terrible loss. And the Guardians are now under 500. Now, still love the trade deadline. Still think this team should win the division, but they're playing like ass right now. They really are. They're playing terrible baseball.
Well, didn't we
10 of 14 they've lost.
Didn't we just recently have a conversation? Like after the All-Star break, that the Guardians had, I think, the easiest schedule on paper.
Yeah, absolutely, or up there certainly. Yeah.
And,
you played the Reds. You won 2 of 3 against the Reds. Okay, that's good. But you lost 2 of 3 to Arizona, and now you're going to at least lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets. And the Mets have been one of, if not the worst team in baseball. I mean, this is just a terrible series, just absolutely terrible. There's no excuse. And now you got to and now, unfortunately, you face the Mets' best pitcher in Nolan McLean, who's one of the few bright spots on their team. Foster Griffin, who was part of the trade deadline acquisition. Foster Griffin will make his Guardians debut today, and obviously he's pitched great for Washington. It's man, I mean, just absolutely awful. And now after today, they'll go on the road and play the White Sox and the Tigers, and they better turn this around soon. I could keep saying
by the way,
win the division,
White Sox and Tigers, both teams have played. Well, obviously the White Sox are playing very well, but the Tigers have certainly made a comeback here.
Yeah, I mean they're only a game and a half behind the Guardians coming into today's action, so it's quite disappointing. They're still only 3 games out of first, with the White Sox also losing 2 in a row. But I mean, the American League is so bad. There's only 3 teams more than 2 games over 500, and they're all in the East: the Rays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox, who have played just absolutely. I think the Red Sox have won 21 of their last 22, something like that, some crazy stretch. All right, let's get to some football. Apparently, Deshaun Watson had a good day.
Oh, my God. Deshaun Watson had a good practice.
I mean,
what are we talking about here?
You'd think this was Little League or something. This is crazy, Dustin. What do you make of the reaction to this?
It's almost kind of like sad because we have such a low bar for Deshaun Watson right now and for the quarterback play of this team, that if we just hear that a guy looks like decent in practice, like we should be all excited about that. Are you kidding me? I mean, we're talking about a professional quarterback. Like this guy at one point was like in the MVP conversation. Now we're just trying to get a decent practice out of the guy.
I mean,
that's the bar.
This the excitement that some people had about a good day of practice. I mean, what are we doing here?
Talking about practice?
Yeah, not a game.
Practice, not a game.
Not a game. It's just it's so embarrassing. First of all, the coverage of training camp is embarrassing. And
nauseating.
The reaction is just ridiculous.
Nauseating.
Just ridiculous. By the way, more interesting. I'm curious your take on this.
What's up?
Bill Barnwell, who writes for ESPN.com.
Love Bill.
Yeah, Bill's good. He wrote a column that came out today. Future Hall of Famers for all 32 teams.
Okay.
And let's see if we agree or disagree with him.
Are they current players?
Yeah, current players. So there's different.
Myles Garrett for the Browns, right?
Right. There's different categories. Like, for example, I'll give you the Ravens guys that he says are already in. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Is Lamar Jackson already in the Hall of Fame if he retired today? I don't think so.
Yes.
You think so already?
I do.
Okay. I thought he needed a couple more years, but you may be right. Then he has Keep It Up. He has Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith, and then Work to Do, and then guys who are missing out like Mark Andrews. All right. For the Browns, he has nobody that's in already, obviously. He has 3 guys on Work to Do. Carson Schlesinger, Jared Verse, which to me is ridiculous. Schlesinger's played 1 year in the league, and Verse has played 2. I understand he's saying work to do, so they're certainly not in, but you're really going to say they're Hall of Famers based on 1 or 2 years of potential? I don't know, maybe. And then he has Denzel Ward. Do you think Denzel Ward's a Hall of Famer? Do you agree he's got work to do? Do you think he's going to be a Hall of Famer? If you had to bet today, is Denzel Ward a Hall of Famer? Would you bet on him?
No.
I would not bet on him either. Yeah.
I mean, he's 5-time Pro Bowler, right?
Yeah.
Now he's still young enough that he can still have some massive years to tag onto his career.
Yeah.
And listen, he hasn't won though. That hurts him.
It shouldn't for a cornerback though.
I know.
But here's the thing: he's never
he hasn't played on any teams that have done anything in the postseason.
Yeah, right. And he's never been an All-Pro, which it's hard to be an All-Pro, but still not even once. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He's a great player, love him. I'm glad they re-signed him, but I don't think he's ever going to be a Hall of Famer. Maybe Schlesinger or Verse will be, but I think it's way too soon. But I get it. He's putting young players there. Let's see. Does he have Josh Allen already in? He does. He is. Then for the Bengals, he has Jamar Chase as Keep It Up, and Work to Do. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Dexter Lawrence. T. Higgins is not going to be a Hall of Famer. Joe Burrow, he's got to stay healthy and be great for, a while longer. I don't. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Excuse me.
And for the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers and T.J. Watt are in on the cusp. Cam Hayward and Jalen Ramsey. You think of Jalen Ramsey as a Hall of Famer?
I don't know. I don't follow. I've never really followed like him, more than just the highlights.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do have some stats for you, Bull.
Go ahead.
Denzel Ward.
Yeah.
Who's played 8 seasons.
Yeah.
110 games. Has 18 career interceptions, 104 passes broken up.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any first-team All-Pros.
Yeah, no. Does he have second team even?
I think he has some second team.
Yeah.
But 5 Pro Bowls.
Yeah.
Comparing him to another player who played the same position who didn't play a long time, Darrelle Revis.
Yeah.
11 years. So played 3 seasons longer than Denzel Ward.
And he had an All-Pro, at least one. I mean, at least a couple.
4 All-Pros.
Yeah,
first
yeah.
4. 4 times.
Yeah.
He also had 7 Pro Bowls, 29 interceptions. So 11 more interceptions, played 3 more years. I mean, the 29 interceptions Denzel Ward can get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's impossible that Ward could be a Hall of Famer, but I'd bet against him right now. And that's no insult. I mean, it's hard to get into the Hall of
Denzel
Fame.
Ward needs to have like 2 first-team All-Pros.
Yes, and that's going to be hard to do at his age.
Yes.
Even though he's not old, but, usually if you're going to do it, you would have done it by now. But who knows? Anyway, the preseason next week. Tonight, today's the first preseason game. You're not going, right?
Who plays in Hall of Fame game tonight? Excuse me, I'm dying this morning.
Yeah. The Hall of Fame game 2026 is the Panthers and Cardinals. Couldn't think of who they were playing.
Okay.
Panthers, Cardinals.
I'm not going tonight.
Not going tonight. 8 p.m. tonight. So football, at least preseason football, is back.
Bet the under.
Yes, it always is. Kenny Pickett, I think, is starting for the Panthers, isn't he? I believe so.
Why would I know that?
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. Thanks to Rob and Alex for producing. Thanks to all of you for watching and listening. We'll talk to you next time. Next week, we'll get you ready for the first preseason game. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Bull and Fox, brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.
See you.